Here we are again, just you and me. My heart starts to breathe in moments like these.
Blaze Buddies! What's up, everyone? Well, it's obvious I'm not in my office doing my weekly segment here. I'm out in my Jeep because the gym is currently taken and I would have no privacy to respectfully do this video on a very extremely important and heartfelt tribute to Father's Day. But I'm gonna say this: it should be called Dad's Day, and I can't take credit for this because I found this really great article online on this gentleman's blog. His name is Daniel Ruyter. It's spelled Ruyter. And having read the article, he went on to say that when he wrote this particular article, he was a single dad, and he had time to really think about what a dad really was. And then now he's currently, his life is much better and fulfilled. He's with someone, and he is now a father and a dad. Now, I say that because there's a difference between being a dad and being a father. People think it's the same thing, and that's what this gentleman wrote about. I mean, I won't go into lengthy detail of what he said in his particular blog. I will put a link to his blog down below, so check it out. But he basically was saying that there's a huge difference between the term dad and the term being a father. Now, being a dad is someone who is there for their kids and participates in their lives for everything. He's interactive. He does everything he can possibly do. Even though sometimes he's working 12, 14 hours a day, or a couple of hours a day, a couple of jobs rather a day, or whatever. He's out there killing it for the outright survival of him and his family, and that's what he's doing now. He's there to watch them grow up. He's there to nurture them. He's there to attend all their sporting events as kids and whatever they're doing or whatever's important to them. And for the most part, he's present. He is there. Now, there's a huge difference between the term dad and there's a huge difference between the term father. Think of the father. Being a father is just, it's more on biological terms, as this gentleman explained in the relationship. It's the father is like, quote, the birds and the bees version of the parent. That's how he described it, and that's so rightly so. Anyone can father a child biologically, but that does not give that person the right to be the dad, unless, of course, that person is there for the responsibility and absolute crucial need to be there as the dad for everything. Either you're all in or you're all out. It's that simple. So there's a huge difference. A lot of people, they're pumping out kids and they're not there for their kids. And then they don't have the privilege of calling themselves the dad. If you're in a marriage or a relationship with children, you got to be there for every single thing you can possibly do for those kids. The growth and development of those kids, especially the first 10 years of those kids' lives, are absolutely crucial that they have the strength and support of both parents in the relationship. It's crucial. So, speaking about my dad, you know, I've said this before in other articles and videos that, you know, my father was taking on a huge, I can't say burden, because if you asked him, he would do it all over again, as absolutely life-changing as it was. He would do it all over again. But, you know, basically all out of nowhere, he was forced to not only take care of me, my brother, and my sister, but now my mother, who is unable to take care of herself because she was mentally ill now. And it was, and I'm not going to go into it like I have before, but it was absolutely a challenge. And he, no matter how absolutely overwhelming it was, he was there for all of us, me, my brother, and sister. Now, when I was 5, I said this before, he started bringing me with him to work. Rather than leave me at home, I was the oldest, rather than leave me at home, he would bring me in his little truck and go to the work site all day long, and he would keep me busy working. Whether it be moving bricks all day long back and forth, or going run into the local store for the many breaks that he would take during the day. I think it was just an excuse to give me something to do. He was there, and then whatever I did further in life, whatever I wanted to do, he was supportive of it. He never had anything negative to say. If I said I wanted to be the most craziest of things, he'd be all for it. That is a dad. That is a dad. So, I mean, again, I could literally, and I've said it before, I could literally go on and on for days and months about my dad. But really, this tribute is to all dads out there. If you are a dad and you are there for your children, and you deserve absolute respect. You are that kid's future. Those kids are going to grow up looking up to you and the wife or girlfriend. Kids, as you know, if you have children, they're very little sponges, and they're very perceptive, and they learn and they pick up everything. So be there for them and be a dad. And that kid or those kids will grow up someday looking back and cherishing the absolute gift that they had. That is you. So be proud of yourself, and my hat is out to you. I don't have children myself, but I can only speak as someone who witnessed the world's greatest dad in the world, my dad. And I know how lucky I am. And I know how those little kids are as far as I feel about you. All right? So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sorry there was no tie-in to fitness or nutrition this week. If we could do that by just saying that the absolute commitment, dedication, and perseverance that one goes into being a dad should be what you're putting into what you're doing in life, whatever you're doing in life. Give it your all, and all will be given. It's that simple. All right, everyone, have an amazing weekend. I will see you guys all next week. I really appreciate you coming on here. And happy Father's Day to all the dads. And Dad, I love you more than anything in this world. And thank you for being you. And I can only hope and aspire to be someone like yourself when I grow up. All right? I love you. Bye.
Daddy, I